Right, now we have some extremely worrying news coming out of Australia, and the international media are pretty silent about it. Even though they were very excited to promote all these conversations coming out of Davos and the World Economic Forum about digital IDs, centralization of powers and information and privacy. But now that it's happened, yes, Australia have passed the bill. The Australian Parliament have finally done it. Digital IDs and the centralization of powers are officially in place in Australia. We've been warned about this, it's not really a surprise. But let's go to the moment when Australian Parliament announced this.
Third reading, the bill for an act to provide for the accreditation of entities in relation to digital IDs and to establish the Australian Government digital ID system and for related purposes.
I have to report that the Digital ID Transitional and Consequential Provisions Bill 2023 has been fully considered by the Federation Chamber and has been agreed to without amendment. I present a certified copy of the bill. The question is that the bill be agreed to. I'll put the question. Those opinions say aye, against no. I think the ayes have it. Those have it. Division required? No division required. This bill has been agreed to.
No division required. No debate. There was no opposition. Everybody was fine with it. Centralization of all powers, using the government. This is not really just about technology. There's nothing wrong with technology. We're using it, or I'm literally using it talking to you guys. There's nothing wrong with streamlining. There's nothing wrong with helping people to actually make their life easier. But when you get the government involved, always question things. Question them, question everything and everyone. Now, of course, there's not going to be any opposition anymore because this is going to become a norm. Now, they're waiting for, of course, King Charles to give a royal assent, and he's not going to create any opposition because he's just going to go saying, well, I'm just the head of state in Australia, and let's just do it anyway. The constitutional role of king is completely gone out the window anyway, in the name of parliamentary democracy. When tyranny gets here, you would expect the crown to protect the people, but no, because apparently it's democratic. So, all right, let's just accept it, right? We have, of course, the head of product and scheme digital ID at Australian Payments Plus, Rick Iverson, has commented saying it's great to see a commitment to realizing the benefits that a strong digital identity ecosystem will offer Australian consumers and businesses. As we've always said, the fewer times people share their identity documents, the fewer opportunities there are for data theft. He also said, we also welcome the announcement of 288 million Australian dollars in the budget to support the implementation and growth of digital identity. So they always come to you to bring you guys more restrictions in the name of either public safety, public health, national security, these sort of issues. Now, this is not really a new tactic. We've had dictatorships throughout history. The Islamic Republic of Iran, for example, they come and say, well, we need women to be covered up. We're actually protecting women. If they are covering their hair, then they will be safer. They would say, if you don't listen to Western music, then it's better for your mental health. Probably true. But jokes aside, that's exactly how they get you. And there are people all over the world, in all our countries, who are what we call statists. They are in favor of the state because we've been dependent on the state for way too long. Anyway, the Australian government have now allocated $288 million to this digital ID project. We also have this part because the industry experts predict that the mobile phone smart wallets, which will house these digital IDs, will become the primary means for wider range of transactions and interactions with government agencies. It's a shift that is expected to drastically increase efficiency and of course, with all the others getting involved. McKinsey is estimating that digitizing identity and credentials could lead to productivity savings amounting to 3% of GDP by 2030. As I said, there's nothing wrong with simplifying things. It's probably a good idea to generalize as a concept to have things, oh, well, I just have access to everything in one wallet, for example. But when you link it and connect it to government agencies, really? It's like having in some cash in your pocket, actual cash, and everywhere you walk around the country, around your city and your town, you just have some cash in your pocket. There is some sort of camera or some sort of government agency just watching it at all times. You walk around the street and somehow the government can tell how much money you have in your pockets and what you're going to spend it on. That is basically the modern version of it, the digital ID concept of it, because it's not really just about ID. It's not really just about, oh, well, you can go to a supermarket and you can show your ID, or to go to a nightclub. It goes beyond that. And they've been saying it, and people don't seem to care. Now, of course, Tousi TV will continue to warn people around the world about these issues, about this centralization of powers, which is basically modern communism without calling it that. And we will continue to report what the mainstream media are not reporting. And we do need your support, of course. If you want to get more out of this channel, feel free to join Tousi TV Plus on tousi.tv. Register, and of course you can get access to all our shows and entertainment and documentaries and everything else that we are also working on. I'm Maya Tousi, and we are the media.